You ready?
My coach, Barbara H. Smith. Why did I hire her? Because she's the best.
Barbara H. Smith is a powerhouse. She just walks in the room and grabs your attention, and she does that in a way that just makes you feel loved and like she's paying attention to you. She cares about you, and she wants to see you be your best self.
She was able to dig inside and find the passion that was deep within me.
Barbara's energy is one of the reasons that I had to have her as my coach. I love the way she is real with people.
The reason I felt like I needed a coach was because I have some big goals and I needed to build my confidence. I knew that Barbara could help me do that.
I felt that I could trust her.
I would definitely recommend to get coaching from Barbara H. Smith if you feel like you need to level up your confidence. She would just help you feel like bold, like you can take on the world.
She has really shown me who I am. She has changed my mindset to a place that I know that I am more powerful today than I would have ever been if I had never met Barbara Smith.
Welcome, welcome, welcome. Here we go. I'm so excited to be here with you today. It is another Thursday. We're ending the end of the month already. Can you believe we're almost into the next quarter, the final quarter of 2023? Jane, stop this crazy thing. We're going too fast. I don't know about you, but this year has been a whirlwind. And we do the Empowering You show for a specific purpose. First day with my new mouth. A specific purpose, that is to showcase businesses and business owners, as well as people who are doing phenomenal things in the community. Today is a little different, but we're going to bring up our co-host, the lovely, shiny, sexy, sassy, and spicy Shani Smith.
I'm not even going to try to do that because I might really mess that up. Shiny, sexy, sassy. That's too much. That's too much.
Shiny, sexy,
how you
sassy,
doing today?
Spicy.
That's like a Peter Piper type of thing. That's too much. Too much.
I got on my today. I got on my cayenne pepper.
Oh, yes. Very fiery. Yes, indeed. You're just talking about how fast it's going. You have crammed so much in these 8 months. It's unbelievable, first of all.
I got to sit down and go back and see what all happened this year because it went whoo. Like I was anticipating Africa and Africa's done. Like I went, I came back, I'm home now.
I saw, I conquered, kind of like yeah. If you look at your calendar, and I encourage everybody to do this at least quarterly, go back and take a look. And in case you think that you haven't done anything, go ahead and create an evidence file to show, like, wait a minute, I'm a big deal.
As the empowering duo can say, a brag-a-log.
Yes.
I love that. And so we're still rolling. We don't have a specific guest today, but what I want to do today, Shani, if you will go along with me, is just talk about some of the things we have coming up and some of the things that we've done and do a little bit of training today, just a little bit of a taste and give away some free stuff. Is that okay?
I think that's fine with me. It's very fine with me, in fact. Because as summer ends, for some people, they're off for the summer. Some people, just get in a totally relaxed mode. But as we roll into September, things are live again. Events are in person. And it's really important that you understand how to take up as much space as you can when you walk into a room. So I'm definitely here for it.
Yeah. And recently, speaking of that was a great segue. Recently, I did training with the Small Business Supplier Diversity Environment, their council. They have so many resources. If you're a small business out there and you're not aware of, especially in the state of Virginia, but federally, they have so many resources. Go to SBA, Small Business Administration. Look at the SBDC, Small Business Development Council, and find one in your area that if you need help with anything, resources of the sort of training for marketing, for finance, anything you need as a business owner, go to SBDC You can find it on the SBA.gov website, and click to get in and meet with a counselor. It's totally, get this, FREE free. So these are resources that small businesses may or may not know they have access to. And on that note, I have had a tremendous amount of success with the Small Business Development Council conference, careers. Everything there is for small business. And some of the courses are a nominal cost, like $25 for a 2-hour course, but most of them are free. So get in there and check that out. So while I was at Small Business Development, Small Business Supplier Diversity Council, I was taught on networking and how to do an introduction. And so many people love that. I have a course we call Represent Your Brand. And that course teaches you in part how to do most people in the old days called it an elevator speech. I don't know that I like elevator speeches, Shani, because I've been in plenty of elevators. I've never done a speech in there. I've never had anybody really ask me, so what do you do for a living?
Right. Most of the time I'm like acting like I'm looking at something on my phone, or so laser focused on the floors that I don't talk to me. That's my
everybody. And I like to get in the elevator and start a ruckus, because people are like this, looking at the numbers going up. Hey, how's everybody doing? And they go like they're in shock. Why is she talking to us? You know, so
in this little space. Keep your germs over there.
Especially when I'm in Africa, when I'm in a different country, I definitely cause a ruckus. But anyway, I digressed for a second. We talked about how to do an introduction. And so I'm going to give you these few tips on how to do an introduction. And they come as a basis from my coach, the illustrious sales confidence coach, Brian McNeil. Shout out to Brian McNeil and the empowerment duo. Lisa Santiago McNeil and Brian McNeil make up the empowerment duo. But
yeah,
they're
both phenomenal.
What is the problem? What is a known problem that you have that the universe has? You know, so you're saying, what does that mean? What's a known problem? If you are a person who is in the cooking industry, for example, and you sell spices, for example, particularly, you ought to know that there's a problem that you solve. People want to be chefs. Some people do. People want their food to be flavorful, but people want healthy these days. As we get more educated about nutrition, we want health benefits. And so the problem is, what do you put together to make it A, flavorful, and B, healthy? Well, that's a problem.
That's a problem.
So
absolutely a problem.
If I were asking Shani Smith, the chef, what is the problem you solve, what would you say?
I would say I help cooks at any level make flavorful dishes with healing benefits so that you can enjoy good food, save time, and money. Simple.
Wow. Just like that. But she went all through the entire training right there with what the problem is that she solves, the problem she solves, and two, that she is the solution. That's the other thing.
Me, I'm the solution. I'm the answer.
And so when you are stating your problem or the problem that others have, you can't say, you know, how you, the person, because now they'll feel like they're attacked.
Right.
You know how people want flavorful food? I can say spicy, sexy, sassy, Shani, spicy, but I can't say flavorful.
Yeah, you got that. I'm not even going to try. You're going to have me drooling on camera.
But you have to tell them what the problem is and then wait for them to acknowledge that it is a problem. See, once we get this technique down, we can't rush through it. We can't rush to tell them what the solution is. But you do have to ask them, you know how people give their elevator pitch or pitch their product or service, they're asked what they do, but they're not really sure that the person listening gets what they do.
Right.
And then you wait for the nod or the yeah or the right. Then you tell them why you are the solution. Well, what I do is I help people magnify their voice by communicating better, by giving the right words to help another person understand what they do. And then the final part is, what do people buy products and services? Why do they buy them? Why do they buy from you? There's an old adage that says people buy from you because they know, like, and trust you. Well, that's only part of the statement.
Mm-hmm.
The part of the statement is that you have to know that people buy from you for several reasons, one of which is to save time, another of which is to save money, another one is to improve their health or their well-being, another one is if you can help with their pets or their children. But people are not buying from you simply because they know, like, and trust you.
Right.
There's a lot of people that like me. There's a lot of people that know me, and none of them are my customers. None of them are my clients. And so I'm sure as a small business owner, the same thing holds true for you.
Yeah, absolutely.
So how do you get them to buy from you? You got to be visible first. Are you showing up? That's the intro part, but are you showing up to trade shows? Are you showing up to networking events? Are you showing up on social media? Are you showing up?
Right. And then when you show up,
how?
That part.
And then when you show up, how are you showing up? But we have all kinds of tips and techniques that you can find out how to present better with. We have a free resource. If you go to our bit.ly link that has BHSE free ebook. If you go to that link, you'll get a free download to learn more about the tips and techniques that I use that work that will help you present better. So, bit.ly
Go ahead.
/BHS free ebook, capital F, lowercase REE, capital E, capital B, lowercase OOK, the bit.ly /BHS free ebook. Go there, get it anytime, download it.
I was going to say, just going back to like the resources that are available from the SBA, many times there are different elements of business that we are become so overwhelmed with and create this anxiety. So even when we have a free resource, we might reach out to somebody and still not be clear. I encourage everybody to keep going, keep digging. Maybe this person doesn't resonate with you. Right. There's other people available. I know from my SCORE mentor, he was here, I was there. He can only really speak accounting, and that's not what I wanted to talk about. So no, I'm like, I'll find another one. So just keep going, keep digging, because you didn't get this dream for nothing, to not be able to actually execute it. So don't be discouraged, keep going.
That's really good advice too, Shani, because everybody's not for you.
No.
And so the fact that you had the wherewithal to say, this is not a good fit, doesn't mean I give up on my dream, as you stated. It means you need to dig deeper, go further, and start with the why. Why are you doing this? I had one of my granddaughters reach out to me and say she's going to start doing massage therapy. She says she's going to start doing massage therapy and she hopes she makes a lot of money. And I questioned her. I said, is that why you're going into this? So that you can make a lot of money? Because if that's what you're going into it for, you may want to look at something else. Right. Because soon you're going to get burned out and you're not going to enjoy what you're doing. And you're not always going to enjoy what you're doing in life. Right. But when you do find your passion is what your purpose is and what your work is, you never work again.
Exactly.
You enjoy what you're doing. So I kind of was trying to get her to that point and share with her the OOH, the Occupational Outlook Handbook. If you don't know what that is, go to the Department of Labor, DOL.gov, and type in OOH. Search for it. In that book, which I learned about when I was in high school, and I am amazed at how many people don't know what that is.
Never heard of it.
You never heard of it either?
No.
Oh my
In my
goodness.
mind, Department of Labor is simply like unemployment when you're looking for that. Like I have never used it I've never used it, period. So I never heard of that.
It's a tremendous resource. The Occupational Outlook Handbook is an entire repository of all positions that you could ever hold in America and what it takes to be one of those positions, what the responsibilities are, what the work environment's like, what the pay is like across the country, what the growth rate is. So like if you look up massage therapists, since I just said that, you look up massage therapists and the industry, they do a 10-year, a decade-long survey. So from 2023 to what's 10 more years? 33? Oh my God, I can't even think that far.
Yeah, don't say that. Don't say that.
2023 to 2033,
Wow.
the percentage of people in this industry is either going to rise, stay the same, or decline. And so if the industry you're trying to go into is declining, guess what you should not be doing?
That. Wow, I wonder if it accounts for like AI, with that, because it's so rapid right now.
Right.
What it's being able to do.
It's included in technology. So technology is one of those fields. When I was in high school, I learned, well, let's be transparent. We didn't have technology when I was in high school. Okay.
I was gonna say, were they using the word technology?
Using typewriters. Let's be But when I started going into my career, I went back to the OOH. I know about it. I went back to it. And when I saw that technology was slated to grow by like 30, 40, 50%, I'm like, that's where I want to be. And so I started looking for positions in those fields based on the OOH.
Wow.
Yeah, I can't believe you never heard. I can't believe, because there's so many counselors out there that don't counsel the students to get to their next level. Like,
wow.
It's not hardly a thing. I mean, it's really what happens. And so I was fortunate to have a counselor that showed me the OA. At that time, it was a book. You'd go to the book and you'd look up the page, turn the pages.
Was it part of the Dewey Decimal System?
No.
No.
Some people are like going, what is the Dewey Decimal System? That's how we used to look at books. I remember, just talking about that, I remember having the Encyclopedia Britannica on the shelf and thinking to myself some years later, when would we ever, that's got to be one of those things in the data never changes. Okay, first of all, the information never changes. And now that we have technology at our fingertips and we can search billions, gajillions, if that's even a word, of pieces of information in an instant with AI, right. Like that seems so antiquated at this point, like dinosaurish even.
Yeah. It's really, though, you know what? It's a blessing though, because we're in a situation where we can like thirst for knowledge and truly look for it and find it. Whereas these kids have this at their hand and yet never use it. They're always asking questions. Like, how about your go-to just be Google it? How about that? How about that? Like, when I was a kid, it was like, well, where's your dictionary?
I'll go to the library.
It's upstairs. My dad would take me for a walk and, we'd find a couple leaves and like try to figure out which tree it went to, right? That would be the quiz. And then I'm like, then we go to the library from there, like, oh, we're going to do a book report. I'm like, book report is July. First, I didn't even ask you. You asked me about the leaf. Yeah. I never said I wanted to do that, but so these kids have it easy, super easy. And yet they have the least amount of knowledge, I feel. Like I'm finding that in the workplace that they aren't even really truly computer literate because of their phones, because they're using their phones. But it's just really important, like you were saying with your granddaughter, to really understand that those late nights, those nights when, you got more month than money, you're going to need passion. to fuel it, to keep you going. And that's one reason why I read your book 3 times, actually, at this point. 3 times I keep going back to it. Discover
your passion.
What's the rest of it?
Coach Train.
Yes.
Discover your passion. Strategies to discover your passion. Did it help you?
Absolutely. The first time I didn't want to write in it, so I actually wrote in a notebook, right? I don't know why I do that, but that's what I do. Because I'm like, oh, it would actually make more sense because I could really go back and look at it and not have to look for the notebook, right? But anyway, I wrote in a notebook and I'm like, wow.
And it's got lines in there for you to write.
It is, but I never want to actually write in the book. And I'm like, you're not giving it to somebody else. It's your book.
I get it.
Write in it, but I never do. I'm getting past that. But on the third time around, really on the second time around, but on the third time around, I'm like, okay, it was definitely confirmation that I'm on the right path. I've always loved all things food. It just made sense. And we listen to what other people see in us and tell us what to do. That, you know, it was like, oh, you're smart. You could be a doctor or a lawyer. Yeah, I'm like, kind of went along with it for a little while, but I'm like, I wouldn't want to do either one of those things, you know. And you should be, and it's.
I spent my entire career until I found computers. I spent my entire career doing what other people thought I should do. Even after I found computers, I still was like, people tell me, oh, you're smart, you should do this and you could do that, and I would do it because I believed what people said.
Yeah, you could make a lot of money doing this. Like,
it's interesting though, when we dig deep, when we get silent with ourselves, we're so busy with bombardment from social media and the phone and the internet and our family and our children and our spouse and our workplace and our peers. We're so busy getting bombarded by these talking heads that we rarely sit down and go inside.
Mm-hmm.
When we do that, like, that's part of my introduction, another type of introduction, when I go on stage to speak. The first thing I have the person say is, she was an engineer by age 3. Not only is that an intriguing fact, but it's twisted around so that you understand, hopefully, that I've always liked doing things with my hands. When I tell the story, I put these things together.
Right.
That a normal 3-year-old would not know to do. It shocked my mother, but it was just something that was natural to me.
Right.
And in those days, now I'm sounding like the Flintstones. In those days, girls were groomed to be teachers, instructors, and nurses.
And mommies.
Mm-hmm. No one ever thought you should, at that time, be an engineer.
Right.
Or do statistics, I can't even say it, or do anything with construction. No one ever thought that. Mm-hmm. And so we were held back, women. We were held back from doing male-dominated industry jobs and careers. And even today, which is one of my most fierce passions, is helping women to decide, what is your passion? It doesn't matter what industry. Stop letting people tell you that you can't be an engineer or a technical person, right, because that's a male-dominated industry. And so it just, I was an engineer, and then turned out that I was really an engineer because my career was in engineering. Imagine that, computer engineering.
Right.
But we have to get to the passion. And that's what I wanted my granddaughter to see. We have to get to the passion so that it makes our life more purposeful. Mm-hmm. It makes it more enjoyable. What do you think?
And it allows God to do his thing when you're in line with what you're supposed to be doing.
Alignment. That's one of my favorite words for 2023: alignment. Alignment. And I'm finding, Shani, that when you're not in alignment, everything is hard.
At every step of the way. All right. Everything down to you can't even get the password in, right? You know, you ever have one of those days where nothing works. Nothing
is
works.
perfect. Yeah,
The
because you're not-
password's supposed to be saved. I don't know. I gotta reset it. It goes to an email that you don't use anymore. Like everything becomes so hard when you try to do things on your
in your strength. My mother always tells me that. That's why it's hard for you, because it's in your strength. My sister just told me that. She didn't even know my mother told me that. So, yeah. So I'm not trying to do this event hard. What event? We have an event coming up. I'm super excited to talk about Sisters Inspire Sisters to Advance Retreat and Conference. It is October 13, 14, and 15. And I got to tell you, ladies out there, this is a time when we need sisterhood more than ever.
oh my God.
It does not matter what race, creed, color, size. It doesn't matter. If you are a person who is continuously giving of yourself, pouring from your cup, pouring from your cup.
Pouring from your empty cup, most likely.
This is the time and this is the place for you. Come to the Sisters Inspire Sisters to Advance event. We're going to have top experts at the retreat. These are ladies who are top of their game. We're having Dr. Obiama Martin, who is an accounting coach. She's an accountability coach. She's an educator. She is a world-renowned international speaker. And she was on Dr. Lotus Richey's show last night. Phenomenal speaker that she is. And just got me fired up just listening to her on the show. She's going to be there. Dr. Obiama Martin, the amazing Obiama Martin. Then we're going to have Dr. soon to be Lisa Santiago McNeil. I love saying that. Lisa.
You say it so well.
I throw my little Spanish 14
A
years
little
old.
bit, yes.
Lisa Santiago McNeil. Yeah, she's going to be there. This is a powerhouse speaker as well. Not only that, but she is a publisher of empowering multimedia, and she publishes books and helps you get through the whole publishing process. She's going to be there. And then one of my other coaches, because Dr. Lisa Santiago McNeil is one of my coaches. B. Michelle Pippin is coming, and she is a powerhouse, bad to the bone.
Doesn't play. Does
Lord
not play.
have mercy. Coach, business owner, Women Who Wow founder, who does all things women and a few good men. She's going to be there. I'm super excited about that. Then we have the lovely, let me see if I can do it in
the most Zen way.
Pamela D. Marshall.
Yes.
Pamela D. Marshall is the peace ambassador, and she's going to bring the peace like nobody else. That kind of peace that passes all understanding. She's going to bring us yoga. She's going to bring us the word. She's going to bring us powerhouse nuggets to keep your mind in place. And then we have the sensational Lois Barth. She is the sparkle lady. She going to pump it up and bring it out live. And then last but not least, we're going to have me. And I'm going to help you with some communication strategies and techniques. I am the host of this amazing event, and Shani Smith is going to help us, and my team from BHS and Associates is going to help us get these ladies in the room. We have only 5 tickets for VIP. Go to the link and get your ticket today. It's going to be a blast.
Oh my God. Blast is not even like the best way to describe. When I tell you, I'm still quoting things from last year on a regular basis to myself. These are conversations I have with myself constantly. You've got oil. You have peace is yours. You can have it whenever you want. Like, what? I'm telling you, just to be in the room with women who are vulnerable enough
Yeah.
to tell you the real story. Like you see what you see now, it's shiny, glittery. But let me tell you how I got here.
Right.
So that you can really relate to it. No, you can smell a phony a mile away.
Yeah.
All these women in the room, give it to you the real. Oh my God. It's just
I'm so elated that they are honored. Like, you want to be on the platform with me. Oh my gosh, you want to be on the platform. And each one that I've asked, every single one of these ladies, I asked once and said yes out of the gate. And so super excited for this. The intensive workshops that we're going to have, the networking that you're going to meet women from around the world. I have women signing in from Africa coming. I have women signing in from India coming. I have women coming from the United States, of course. But listen, we have people from around the world coming to this event because the sisterhood is powerful and sisters need each other. And I'm not talking sisters just because we are of ethnic sameness. I'm talking about, these are my sisters. B. Michelle Pippin, Lois Barth, Lisa Santiago McNeil, Pamela D. Marshall, Dr. Obiama. These are my sisters who hold me up and hold other women up that need empowering. That's what it's about. It's about being lifted and lifting while you climb. It's okay to get to the top, but you can't get to the top by yourself.
right.
Dr. West says this to me all the time. It's never going to be lonely at the top for me because I'm always bringing someone. I'm always lifting as I climb. And that's what we're doing at the BHS and Associates organization. We are lifting as we climb. So I'm excited about the event. Get your tickets today. Get your tickets today. Get your tickets today. Shawnee.
Listen, I don't care where you are in the world. You have a virtual option too, ladies. Same link, bit.ly/capital Sista, SISTA 2023. You can get your virtual ticket as well. You want to be in this room because just one session with any one of these ladies exceeds the price of the ticket. Know that. Know that. 2 of the women have coached me personally. Trust me. I wouldn't miss it.
And that, to me, is a perfect time to say, listen, you know what time it is. First, get to the retreat, especially if you're a woman. And second, it's time for you to step into your greatness because the world is really and truly waiting for you. Thanks so much, Shawnee, for being here with me today. We'll see you next time.
We'll see you next time at 1:00. World Street Hackers is coming up. Just saying. I can't wait to see y'all. I can't wait to see y'all in October. If you think I'm funny here, you better know it. Just saying.
Ladies, if you're a person who continually pours out, you won't want to miss this upcoming event. October 13, 14, and 15 at the Holiday Inn and Suites in Ocean City, Maryland, where we have a power-packed lineup of ladies who are going to pour into you. If you need to increase your impact, your influence, and your income, this is the event for you. Don't miss the power of sisterhood. These ladies coming from around the world to network and connect with you. Don't miss it. How do you get the information? Glad you asked. Go to barbarahsmith.com and click the link. All the details there. Don't miss Sisters Inspire Sisters to Advance, October 13, 14, 15 at the beautiful Holiday Inn and Suites in Ocean City, Maryland. What you know and I know together can change the world. I want to see you there.